Good morning. Welcome to Stretch Saturday. Okay, so Stretch Saturday. Let's just first of all get rid of that phone. Don't need that in my pocket. So let's find a space. Just gently bring our arms over our head and down back side of our body. If you want to move from side to side, you can do. It's not compulsory, but sometimes it just feels nice. Key thing here is just warming things up. It's a much more nicer, gentler pace on a Saturday. Must be to do with the weekend. That's it. All the way up. All the way back down. Okay. I'm going to transition this into now. Bring your arms forward. Like great big windmills. All the way forwards. Stretch as far forwards and as far back as you can with your arms. And then do exactly the same in the opposite direction. That's it. Make note of any kind of feelings you've got. Any areas that are slightly tighter. Anything that's still a bit crunchy this morning. Just notice there. Okay. And I'm going to start to shrug the shoulders all the way up to the ears. That's it. Try and get as close to your ears as you can. Your shoulders all the way up. Okay, I'm going to pop the arms out to each side. Turn one palm up, and the palm that's turned up, push the body over to that side as far as you can, but keep your feet on the ground. Then turn the other palm up and do the same to the other side. I'm going to try and make this a more fluid motion. One palm up over to the other side, the other palm back to the other side. That's it. Nicely stretch over. Okay, come back to the center. Now we're going to do the elbows. So just do big circles with the elbows. All the way around. And in the opposite direction. Okay, I can pop those down. And we'll start rolling the shoulders. Bring them all the way forwards. Feel that expansion across your back. You kind of bring them all the way forwards. And back. That's it. Nicely done. Okay, and then rolling backwards. This time squeeze in the back. And expanding the chest. All the way back. Okay, and I'm going to move down to some rotations. I'm going to bring our hands together to rotate all the way to the left. And rotate all the way to the right. You can keep both your feet nicely planted on the ground. So see how far around you can get. Okay, back into the center. I'm going to move down to hips. Hip flicking from side to side. That's it. Nicely. One side, then to the other. And then from there, we're going to do some pelvic tilts. So pushing the backside backwards, all the way forwards. So feel that hyperextension across your front. And pushing your backside backwards. So nice, big, deep stretches as we're doing this. Morning, Mark.
Morning.
Okay, and then into like big hip rotations. All the way around. Big circles. In one direction. And again, like Davey likes to say, you're in a box, try and make it the biggest box you can. So nice big hip rotations. And the opposite direction. All the way around. Same. Okay. Moving our hands now down to our knees. Do some knee rotations. Just bend the knees slightly and go around. If you're like mine, they feel like ratchets in the moment, and then click, 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 click. And in the opposite direction. Oh, that was a bigger click. Okay. Right, for this one you might want to get something to brace yourself, so you've got somewhere to balance. You're just going to go out to one leg and do ankle rotations. If you can do it without, that's fine, that's no problem. Because sometimes nice to have a balance point. And in the opposite direction as well. Okay, then the other leg. One ankle around. And in the opposite direction. That's it. Okay. Right, we're going to come back to our hands now. So just have our hands in front of us, we're going to flick our wrists, palms facing down. Crazy day on the laptop. So many emails to get rid of. Yep. Palms facing up. Palms facing down again. Okay. Interlace your fingers. Bring your elbows together. I'm going to roll our hands. Start slowly and build up the speed. Going faster and faster and faster and faster and crazy fast. That's it. Okay, slowing it down. Okay, I'm going to try and go in the opposite direction now. Like I said before, it's always harder on one side than it is on the other. That's quite normal. Yeah, it's normal to have a dominant side. Try and make it go a bit faster. A bit faster if you can. Ooh, wrists are clicking a fair bit this morning. Okay, finish those off, shake them out. Now we're going to move to our head. So from a nice neutral position, just bring your chin to your chest. Then raise your head to the ceiling. Nice big deep nod. We're not pushing anything. We're just taking it as far as it feels comfortable. Working the axis and atlas joints of our neck. Now we're nice and warmed up. Bring it back to the centre. Look to the left. Look to the right. Look to the left. And to the right. Nothing overly difficult this morning. Nothing you probably won't do another 1,000 times today. But we're just doing it with purpose right at this moment in time. Taking a feeling of how our neck feels. Back to the centre. Bring your ear to your shoulder this time. Try and keep your shoulders flat. And to the other side. That's it. Keep going left. And then right. Left. And then right. Okay, back standing up centre. Okay, let's go through our muscle group stretches. So we're going to start off with our chest stretch. So just remind ourselves, our pectoral muscles are starting our sternum at the centre of our chest, go out like a fan and end up under our arm when they anchor into our arm. And they allow us to push things away, not push things away from us. So if they're pushing away from us, then for us to make it a stretch, we need to push them backwards. So we're going to do that by using our arm as a lever. We're going to keep our arm at 90 degrees. I want to try and keep it roughly shoulder height. Keep the shoulder down. Don't try and hunch your shoulder up. So keep your shoulder nice and down. And we're going to apply some pressure by pushing this against a wall. So you're going to find a space in the wall. Whichever is the wall size, put that foot forwards. I'm going to find your stretch position. So as you kind of find that, you're in a position where you can start to feel it stretching your pectoral muscles, your chest. And I want you to just lean into it a little bit so you can feel that stretch a little bit deeper. And now hold it. And release. We're going to do it one more time. So for developmental stretching, we do it twice. So find that stretch position and hold it. And release. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same on the other side. So again, arm up, so it's at 90 degrees to your body, shoulder height, shoulders are down, foot nearest the wall is forwards. Apply a bit of pressure and find that stretch point. Push into that stretch point and hold it. And release. One more time. Doing this second time allows us just to open those fibers up a little bit further. Find that stretch point, push a little bit more and hold it. And release. Okay. So from there, I'm going to do now the next part. I'm going to move on to arms. So we're going to do our bicep stretch. So reminding ourselves the biceps anchor at the origin point, at the shoulder, anchors by the elbow, and they allow us to lift our arm up. So for us to stretch it, we're going to have to push our arm in the opposite direction. So very similar to what we're doing with the chest, we're going to use the wall as a resistance point. And what I find is pushing against the heel of my hand works quite nicely. So we're going to keep it at shoulder height. You can keep our shoulders down. Twist so that your bicep is facing forwards. Then we're going to apply some pressure against the wall. So same motion again. Foot nearest the wall goes forwards. Find that stretch point. And hold it. And release. One more time. Find that stretch point. Push that a little bit further and hold it. And release. Okay, we're going to go on to the other hand, or the other arm even. So palm facing forwards, foot forwards. Find that stretch point on your bicep. And hold it. And release. One more time. Find that stretch point. Push that a little bit further. And hold it. And release. Okay. From here, we're going to move now onto our triceps, so the muscle down the back of our arm. Again, origin points above the shoulder, anchored by the elbow, allows us to pull our arm down. So for us to be able to stretch, you have to pull in the opposite direction. So we can do this in one of two ways. First way, put the arm just behind our back, nice and bent, put a hand onto our elbow, and we're going to gently pull it over our head. That's it. Pull that over and find that stretch point, hold it. And release. One more time. Find the stretch point. If you need to bend slightly to get that bit more of a stretch, then do so. Hold it. And release. Okay, the other arm over our head, hand on the elbow. Find that stretch point and hold it. It's quite normal to have one that's slightly tighter than the other. Don't worry if it is. And release. And one more time. Hold your head. Grab hold of your elbow. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay, brilliant. So we've done our arms, done our chest. We're going to move now onto our back. So for our back, we're going to do two different motions. The first one is we're looking to stretch our lats by putting our hands over our head into like a diving position. We're going to bend all the way forwards. At the same time as bending, we're almost be stretching our hands out in front of us. So we can feel that stretch all the way down. Get into that position and hold it. And release. One more time. That's the same. Arms up. Push yourself over. All the way down. And try and push that a little bit further. Hold it. And release. Okay. On the next one, we're going to do the same. We're going to be pulling the back by the sides. So as we do this, we're going to bring an arm over the top of our head. Grab hold it by the wrist. When we do this, we want to make sure that we're keeping it towards the back of our heads, the arm, so that we're pulling towards the back and not towards the front. So we're going to pull the arm over, feeling that stretch all the way down your side. And hold it. And release. And one more time. Grab hold of your arm. Stretch into the same side. And hold it. And release. Now to the other side. Arm over. Exactly the same. Make sure it's towards the back of your head. Keeping it nice and straight with your back. And stretch down. And hold it. And release. One more time. Arm overhead. Grab hold of your wrist. Pull down. And hold it. And release. Okay, so that's our back done. Now we're going to move on to our shoulders. I'm going to pull my pants back up as well. So for this, we're going to bring our arm out to the side. Bring it straight across our body. Keep our shoulder nice and low. As we bring it into the body, we're going to hug it into the body. And if you want to feel that stretch happening across your deltoids here, so find that stretch point and hold it. And release. One more time. All the way across. Hug it in, find that stretch point and hold it. You'll probably also feel it in your traps as well, that top part of your back. And release. The other side, exactly the same. So all the way across, keep your shoulder nice and low. Hug it in. And release. One more time. If you can get that little bit extra squeeze out of it, stretch out of it, do so. Also remembering that shoulders are one of the most complicated joints. And release. Okay, so now we're kind of done with the upper body. We're going to start to move to the lower body. So we're going to start off with a quad stretch. So again, if you need to, grab hold of something so you've got a bit of balance. What we're working to do is the quads, they squeeze and straighten your leg. So what we need to do is be able to stretch them, is stretch them in the opposite direction. So we're going to grab hold of our knee, our leg, try and bring it as close to our backside as we can. If you find that's not much of a stretch, then just tilt yourself forward so you almost create a letter T. And then that way you'll create a bigger stretch across your quads. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. One more time. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. On your other leg, exactly the same motion. So grab hold of your leg, get your heels close to your bottom as you can. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. One more time. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay, so that's those types. So the next one we're going to do is a classic runner's stretch. So with our feet roughly shoulder width apart, take a step back with one leg, bend your knee, and I want you to tilt the front leg, tilt your front foot forwards so you can start to feel it stretch down the back of your hamstring and down the back of your calves. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of pressure just above your knee. So give that little bit extra stretch and hold it. And release. One more time. Same again. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Onto our other leg. Didn't mention this is for the hamstring and the calves, so that's to almost bend your leg in the opposite direction, which is why we're stretching the way that we are doing. Your hamstrings, your gastrocnemius, and your soleus. Find your stretch point and hold it. And release. One more time. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay, that's those two. For the next set of stretches, we're going to go down to the ground. Just to get a mat out. Okay. So this first one, when you're laid on your back, when your arms out in a T shape. So you kind of got your knuckles on the ground and your shoulders on the ground. We're then going to take a leg, let's say it's our left leg, bring it up, across our right leg. I'm going to tuck the toes in as close underneath our knee as we can. Now what I'd like us to continue to do is rotate our body towards our right, toward that right leg. Get as close to the ground as we can without lifting our shoulders off the ground. We should feel the big stretch across our chest. We should feel the stretch across our glutes. Hold it. And release. One more time, the same. So pushing down towards our right with our knee. Get as close as we can. And hold it. And release. Back to the center. Now actually put our leg back down. Now I'm going to do the opposite leg. So let's say this is our right leg. We'll bring our right leg over the left. Tuck it under just as close to our knee as we can with our toes. We're going to continue to push down with our knee towards our left without raising our shoulders off the ground. It's normal for one side to be tighter than the other, so don't worry. We'll find the stretch point and hold it. and release. Back to centre. Same again. One more time. Find that stretch point. Try and go that a little bit further and hold it. And release. Okay. From there, we're going to come up onto all fours. Oh, as in yoga, I think they call it a table position. So your hands are underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And we're now going to bring ourselves all the way back into the child's pose. So bring our head as close to the ground as we can, stretching our hands as far forward as we can. If you need to open your knees a little bit wider, that's okay. And then from there, bring ourselves all the way forward onto the ground. And pushing the ground away, just like a cobra. Look up at the ceiling. Feel that compression down your back, the stretch, that hyperextension across your front. And then go the opposite way, so pushing your backside backwards, back into child's pose. Feel a nice stretch down your back. As close to the floor as you can. And then from there back, all the way forwards into our cobra position. Pushing the ground away, looking up at the ceiling. Okay, back onto all fours. I'm going to go into that angry cat pose. So pretend there's a piece of string pulling our belly button up, tucking our head in between our chests, really arch your back. Feel a nice stretch across your back. Then we're going to invert it as we go into the cow pose. That piece of string pulls our belly button down towards the floor. We look up to the ceiling. Feel that stretch across our chest and our front. And a compression in our back. Almost feels like we're sticking our backside out. And invert it again back into angry cat. Head between our arms. Really pull up through your belly button. And one more time. Back into cow. So pull that stomach all the way down. That's it. Okay, and back to centre. Into what my physio called the Superman pose. Well, I think in yoga it's called bird dog. So we're going to put our left leg back, our right leg forwards, point our toes, point our fingers. We want to try and stretch ourselves out, see if we can touch both sides of the room. Really extend your body, feel it stretch out both ways. That's it, as far as you can. Okay, and back to centre. Now we're going to our left arm and our right leg. Same again, try and touch both sides of your room. If you're in a small room, sorry about this. And if you're in a big room, sorry about this. But still try. Okay, back to centre. Back to our right arm, left leg. Really stretch them out as far as you can. Last one, left arm, right leg. Push them out as far as we can. And that's it. Grab yourself a drink. That is the end of another Stretch Saturday. There's some words in there somewhere. Have an absolute super Saturday. Up to anything interesting today?
Just taking it easy with the kids, I think, this weekend.
Love it. Yeah, you'll be on the run up to going back to school, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, getting all the books back together. Yeah. I remember that. Is it football for you today?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Geordie's got loads of football this weekend, so it's yeah. We flew back yesterday and straight back into it. Yeah,
Love it. Fantastic.
good. It's all good. Good to be busy.
Well, enjoy it. We're gonna head out to Park Run back into York. I think go and try and do another 5K.
Cool.
Started to become a bit more of a regular thing. So again,
Cool.
Thanks for all the tips again, Mark. And we'll catch up with you guys a bit later.
Yeah,
Great.
Have fun. Bye.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Bye.